Hello everyone! It's time to tell a tale. My name is Jukie Davie, but you can just call me Jukie. If you want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe and check out my Patreon. The link is in my description below. I've got a very punny book I'm going to read to you today. Does anyone out there know what a pun is? A pun is a joke using the different possible meanings of a word or the fact that there are words which sound alike but have different meanings. I love puns, and we're going to be reading a book that's filled with puns. The story that we are reading today is called My Very Punny Dad. And for the occasion, I tried to dress like a dad. What do you think? Do I look like a dad? You can be honest, it's okay. I tried my best. I am by no way, shape, or form a dad, so I tried. But let's go ahead and get into our story. My Very Punny Dad by Ryan Milligan and illustrated by Justin Castaneda.
It's time to tell a tale with Jukie Davie. Jukie Davie!
My alarm clock rang loud and clear. The sun began to rise. As I sat up, my dad walked in, a twinkle in his eyes.
I barely slept,
he said mid-yawn. Was up all night, you see. I wondered where the sun had gone, and then it dawned on me. Get it? Dawned? Because it dawned on me and then it was dawn. You see, my dad is quite a guy. I sure do love him lots. There's just one thing you need to know. He tells a lot of puns. I then got dressed to go to school and came downstairs to eat. So quiet when you walk, he said, with sneakers on your feet. Sneakers? I poured a bowl of cereal and sat down in my chair. I noticed something very strange and couldn't help but stare. My dad was standing with his plate, but only on one leg. A balanced breakfast, he explained, while chewing on his eggs. I forced a laugh, then made a sigh, but had no time to fuss. I grabbed my books and hugged him tight, then ran out to the bus. Though even when I started class, the puns just wouldn't stop. When I took out my science book, a note poked out the top. My dad had doodled Earth and Mars, and that was not the worst. He wrote, "Let's go to outer space, but we must plan it first." Planet? Like a planet? It did not end when lunchtime came, as there were even more. A sticker on my apple read, "You're awesome to the core." Like an apple core. When I got home, my mom was there. "How was your day?" she asked. Before I spoke, my dad rushed in, unkempt and breathing fast. A truck of grapes was much to blame for just how late I am. They all spilled out onto the road and caused a traffic jam. My mom just smirked and rolled her eyes, then pinched him on the cheek. He sat at his computer desk when I let out a shriek! A spider crawling on his screen! My dad thought long and hard. "Your website's down," he calmly said. then brought it to the yard. Website. Oy. Just how did he come up with these? Was everything a pun? I did not dwell since it was time to get my homework done. I asked my dad some help with math. His face lit up with glee. Of course, he said, 10 fingers spread. Can always count on me. I did some problems carefully and solved them in one try. He grabbed his shades and put them on. And all I asked was, why? Because you're bright, he proudly exclaimed as I let out a groan. Ugh! I thanked him for his help, but said, I'll do this on my own. For dinner, there was mushroom soup. He danced while in his seat. I've always been, he carried on, a fun guy when I eat. Get it? Because a mushroom is a fungus? They're a fun guy. My little sister laughed it up and hugged her teddy bear. Your friend is stuffed, he said to her. More laughs, but I just glared. With dinner done, I found the couch. Our dog lay by my toes. My favorite show was coming on, but then the TV froze. I looked around, and there he was, remote control in hand. The dog pressed pause. He slyly claimed I had to take a stand. Please, no more puns, I kindly asked. You think that they're amusing. I love you, Dad. I really do. But some are just confusing. I thought that he might get upset, or maybe walk away. But then instead, he rubbed my head and simply said, okay. The evening passed. I cleaned and read. We played a family game. No punchlines, jokes, or play on words. It wasn't quite the same. I brushed my teeth, then hopped in bed, and as I wondered more, I thought of other silly puns that he had told before. Like every time he shredded cheese, he said, I'm doing great. Or when he stared at orange juice, it read, from concentrate. It's in my jeans, he liked to say, when asked about his style. Okay, I thought, I must admit they sometimes make me smile. He tucked me in and kissed my head. As he began to leave, I shouted out a big surprise that he would not believe. Hey, Dad, I called. I bet you know. And then let out a roar. Roar! A dinosaur that falls asleep becomes a dino snore. He stopped and slowly turned around, amazed as one could be. That clever pun that he just heard had come from, that's right, me! He finally grinned and said, well done. I took a tiny bow. You need some sleep, so count some sheep. It's past your bedtime now. Get it, like a pasture of sheep? We shared I love yous and a laugh. Before he said goodnight, I saw that twinkle in his eye as he turned out the light. The end. Do any of you guys have funny dads out there that think they're just hilarious? I know I do. I think, that must be a requirement for dads. Oh, hey, and guess what? It is shout-out time! I would love to give a big shout-out to Ezekiel Paul from New Zealand. Hello, my friend. I hope you enjoyed watching this very punny book with me today. And what about your dad, Ezekiel? Do you have a very punny dad? Thank you all so much for watching this story with me. And if you would like a copy of My Punny Dad, there's a link in my description. And if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check out my Patreon, where I post even more read-alouds and content every single month. There's a link in my description below if you want to check it out. And with that, I will see you all next time when it's time to tell a tale. Goodbye, everyone. And for the occasion, I tried to... Oh, I missed a button. There. I grabbed my books and hugged... But then instead, he rubbed...